any protester in support of collective liberation could take that is more violent than the system that they are trying to disrupt. I'll say it again. There is no action that any protester in support of our collective liberation could take that is more violent than what the state does to its own people on the regular. Do not begin to lecture our community about the virtue of peace and the vice of violence when we currently have not one but two different military branches currently being mobilized to fight against people who are protesting and protecting their communities, quite frankly, against state mandated enforced disappearances and kidnapping and family separation. And it's not like it's just the Marines and the National Guard. It's those two. And then also, no thanks to Gavin Newsom, extra CHP officers, LASD, LAPD, and then, of course, ICE, the Department of Homeland Security. That's like 6 or 7 agencies that are actively using internationally banned chemical weapons that you can't even use in warfare thanks to the Geneva Conventions. Rubber bullets, flashbangs, these less than lethal weapons that they can't even call non lethal because they can indeed kill people because people are protesting against the violence that ICE is trying to do in our community. Like, do we understand the cognitive dissonance here? Like, we already know there's going to be nonstop coverage of any response, violent or nonviolent, to state violence. But will we give that same screen time to the violence the state is committing? For example, the people that have died just this year in ICE detention. Are we going to hear the stories of people who have been forcefully sterilized in ICE detention? Are we going to follow the stories of refugees and asylum seekers that are essentially being sent back to their deaths? Or are we just going to fixate on the kids in Palestine and Los Angeles throwing rocks at the people with tanks and machine guns? Always remember who's in power in these situations and let that guide the way that you rationalize people's responses to their communities being militarily occupied.